I don't like where this is going. Stop! Stop! No, 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 no. Please, Larry, you don't understand. You don't know what you're doing here.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 26 of Splash Talk. Yes, today is a fun episode. It's actually going to be the 1 hour long episode because I don't know. I just want it to be 1 hour. And also, this is the last Splash. This is the last Splash Talk before I have to leave for 2 weeks off my channel. But don't you worry, because new episodes of Splash Talk will come back on Saturday, June 12th. But in the meantime, let us introduce our wonderful guests. First off, we have the guy who's got the green and logo. It's Nindroid 243. Fuck, you had to change your logo on me, you son of a bitch.
Yes,
He's got
yes.
red lettering on his logo, and he's got Kyle Ren on his logo. He is Nindroid 243. God damn it, Sour. I had a fucking epic intro, you son of a bitch.
Well, you guys can find me on my own YouTube channel, Nindroid243, where over there will be coming this December my Nindroid cuts of the sequel trilogy, where I am better improving on the sequel trilogy, and I will be making them so fans who did not like them and also fans who did like them can all unite to enjoy these movies as one cohesive story. As well as you can find me on Fridays on my show, on my channel, Galactic Chat, which is always 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you're always there. You know, I would love the support as well as some other stuff that I'm a part of. I'm always on Austin's shows when he does it, and I'm sometimes on Ryan's shows when he wants me on, as well as Zach Gaxiola's and many other streams. And you can see me in the chat for the Chaos Crew and also Storm Nation. This is gonna be a blast, Austin. Thank you for having me on. Like
No
always.
problem. We got Dylan's little hobby in the chat. What's up, Dylan? Got Sean in the chat. What's going on, Sean? And yes, I'll get in my stuff at the end because we all know what you guys really want to come to see. You're not here to come see me. You're not here to see Nindroid. You're here to watch us read fanfiction for an hour, and we're just going for an hour. We got Arrow in the house, Oliver Queen too. What's going on, Oliver Queen? Arrow?
Nah, you know who they're here for?
Who?
Ryan.
Well, sorry everybody, but I'm sorry to tell you, but Sour decided to ditch us because, well, he's an
darn it, Ryan! You ditched us again.
He's a son of a bitch.
Frickin' yes, he is. Oh my goodness gracious! Why, Ryan? You left me. You left us.
And today we are going to be reading. We're actually going to be reading two fanfics today because one is very short. And the first one is the short one. It's called Not Worth My Time by Aragorn underscore 2eyes underscore Elisar. I don't. Tomato. And here are the tags. And here are the tags. You got Darkseid, Steppenwolf, Barry Allen, Iris West, Cisco Ramon, Caitlin Snow, Kara Danvers, Clark Kent, Lois Lane, Kate Kane. And then on the bottom we got Crack.
Oh yes.
For fun.
Austin, did you steal our Kraken?
You right. I can confirm nor deny that. We got For Fun, Fluff and Crack, Dark Humor.
That's where my fluff. Oh darn it.
Arrowverse is pathetic. Too pathetic. And post-Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event. And the summary, post-Crisis, Darkseid decides to attack Earth Prime, but decides Oh, bless me. Ooh, decides to attack Earth Prime, but decides to see what its heroes are like first. His reactions are unexpected for him, expected for everyone else. Pure crack fic. Oh man, this is gonna get interesting, man. All right,
Okay.
I'm Apocalypse, sitting on his throne. The Dark Lord of Apocalypse, Darkseid, sat deep in thought. The crisis of infinite Earths had come and gone. The Monitor and the Anti-Monitor were both gone. While the Anti-Monitor looked like some cheap, burnt moron in a life support suit, he was one of the few people who could kill Darkseid. So with him gone, Darkseid was the most powerful being in existence. He had
Ooh.
hid in his own dimension to avoid Anti-Monitor from erasing him as well. And after the Spectre and the Paragons had defeated him, Darkseid had come back to the newly formed multiverse with plans of conquest. First on his list was Earth Prime, which he would enslave. Being the main Earth in this new reality, surely it had to be the most powerful one, with an army of legendary superheroes, especially since almost all of the Paragons were from this Earth. Darkseid decided to see them for himself and how powerful they really were. So he conjured up a projection to see the legendary superheroes for himself. The first one he saw was Barry Allen in Star Labs in Central City. He and his team were talking to one Iris West.
Okay, I am Iris, alright?
Okay.
Okay. So, honey.
Jesus, here we go.
So, honey, you know you have to bring me ice cream, right?
Iris asked. Yes, honey, Barry said submissively.
And Caitlin, you run the test on that body. Wait! I ran them already, and the blood group is 0 positive.
Iris said. All right, Iris, Caitlin said.
And Cisco, I managed to fix the problem with his inhibitor chips.
With breaches, Iris said.
No, god damn it, Austin, you know. I'm Iris. It's like I'm part of the Flash, alright? Because me and Barry are the Flash.
Okay, Iris.
I'm always right, okay? Jesus.
Gee, Iris, relax.
No, I will not relax. God damn it.
Oh, yeah? Cisco said happily. Thank you, Iris. I knew you could solve it.
Journalist of CCPN and the Flash's wife, which is me, of course. I can do anything.
Iris said before telling Barry.
Oh, and you need to stop a metahuman who is rampaging about his own dick.
Yes, honey, Barry said submissively once more before running out. Okay, one, Darkseid actually said out loud. You could be Steppenwolf.
Oh my god. What is it, my lord?
Geez, Steppenwolf sounds sad.
Yes.
Steppenwolf asked as he walked in. Just taking a look at the heroes of Earth Prime, Darkseid said as Steppenwolf stood next to him.
How are they?
Steppenwolf asked. I thought the Flash was a great hero, but I just saw him take orders from his unqualified wife, along with his team, Darkseid said. She is just a journalist, but is somehow more qualified than them all. I'm pretty sure she withholds sex from Flash if he doesn't bow to her whims.
How pathetic!
Steppenwolf said. Agreed, Darkseid said. Let us see the others. Then Kara Danvers appeared, facing a criminal who had a man on gunpoint.
Let him go.
Kara said. Only if you kill me, the thug said.
No, I won't kill you. I believe in good. No, I won't kill you. I believe in good. You have to let him go.
Kara said. Okay, the thug said before shooting the guy dead.
No!
Kara screamed in horror.
Why did you do that?
You could have easily stopped me, or killed me if you wanted. Why didn't you? The criminal asked.
I don't take lives, okay, Dick? Because that is the right thing to do, even if it means some lives are lost. Because we have a no-kill rule for all superheroes under the Rule Association of America, which is part of the government, by the way. It's part of SHIELD, because yes, now SHIELD is part of the DC universe, to which we must live up to.
Kara said to the criminal. Darkseid and Steppenwolf exchanged a look. Both actually cringing for the first time in their centuries-long lives.
She just lets a man die because he has a longer dick and not killing.
Steppenwolf wondered incredulously.
Oh my god.
She is self-righteous, believing in principles over saving lives, Darkseid said. Before Clark appeared on the screen, he was on the ground, writhing in pain due to green kryptonite rock near him as his villain laughed hysterically. Suddenly, Lois Lane appeared and with one flip kick, knocked the criminal out before kicking the kryptonite away. Superman sighed in relief as he staggered up, and Lois kissed him before saying,
Thank God you're safe!
And you saved me again, Clark said. Maybe you should have my powers.
Oh. Wait a second, I'm sorry. Oh, trust me. I'd be much more efficient than you, but it would make things too easy.
Lois said.
Oh, wait, no.
Both Darkseid and Steppenwolf actually laughed hysterically at the scene.
A Superman saved by his wife, who has shown no skills beyond having sex.
Well, I guess reporting also means having sex.
Yes.
Steppenwolf said before continuing his laughter. This Superman and Lois Lane should change their names, as they dishonor the Superman and Lois I met years ago, Darkseid said as a projection of Kate Kane appeared. Kate.
Okay, who's Kate?
You?
Oh, why am I Kate?
Because you should be.
Oh, alright. It's Alice, right?
Yeah.
Alright. All this This sounds stupid.
Alice, you hurt innocents, but you're a long-lost sister, so I'm gonna let you go. Even if it means more people get hurt, because I'm still a hero, unlike Batman.
Kate said to Alice, who simply walked off. Kate then leapt down, seeing a woman interact with her boyfriend. Walking up to her, Kate suddenly grabbed and kissed her passionately on the lips.
Hey, you're sexually assaulting my girlfriend.
The boyfriend said as Kate kicked him down, while the woman said,
Yes. Oh, wait, no. Shut up. Wait, no, the woman said it?
yeah.
So it's not Kate. Alright.
Shut up! She's a woman. Women don't assault sexually. She's my new girlfriend.
Yeah. Wait, no. Yes.
Kate said as they kissed again, while the boyfriend was. Kate said as they kissed again, while the boyfriend was flabbergasted. It was obvious they were going to have sex on the street, but Darkseid and Steppenwolf didn't get to see it due to Darkseid having made the illusion disappear. And then Darkseid, for the first time in his centuries-long life, face-palmed.
What was that?
Steppenwolf asked.
Pretty hot.
Steppenwolf asked, obviously traumatized, shaking, and close to crying.
But it's hot.
This is Earth Prime? Darkseid wondered before slamming his head on the ground many times, wondering what that was. These idiots were the paragons who saved the multiverse?
Looks like we have handled the anti-monitor.
Steppenwolf said.
So, will we attack them?
No, Darkseid said. I don't want to get my hands dirty with filth. This Earth is pathetic. These idiots aren't worth my time. It is too worthless to even consider conquering with these idiots in it. Trust me, these idiots will waste this golden opportunity and kill their own world with their stupidity. Everyone around them will die from the cringe.
Agreed, dumbass.
Steppenwolf said as both laughed hysterically. Now, I shall return to Earth 167 to have my revenge, Darkseid said as he set his eyes on that Earth once more. So quick thoughts about that.
Very interesting.
I want a sequel to this.
I do also want a sequel to this.
I want to know what happened on Earth 167. That sounds interesting. Sean wants to know, why is he the Emperor?
Oh, you mean she? Wasn't that Iris who was the Emperor?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. The reason why Iris was the Emperor was because Iris is the Emperor. She wants to be the Emperor. She's the biggest Ian McDiarmid fan ever. And she wants to take over everything, including Flash's whole entire...
Oh, Sour's back. Sour, you missed the first fan fiction.
God darn it, Ryan, you missed my beautiful voice talent.
I did? Damn it. I'm sorry. I had to go.
Like, seriously, like, come on. We had Iris West, who sounded like Papa Palpatine. We had Steppenwolf sounding like a
I'll
woman.
watch
We got...
Yes, ma'am.
we got Kara kind
No,
of sound like a
height.
bodybuilder.
And then Kate Kane, I don't know what she sounded like.
She sounded... I don't know either. She sounded like douche. Hey, boy.
And we got Kavari in the chat. What's up, Kavari? All right.
Like,
Next.
come on. This is always a great live stream.
Well, I wouldn't say it's always a great live stream.
Oh, yes, it is, because it's where I can just
Yeah,
read.
awesome.
It's where I can just read normal shit like this and make fun of it.
All right. Now, I'm going to give you guys an option between these two fanfics, and I'm going to give the chat an option between these two fanfics. We have one called Second Chance, and the other one is called Trapped. Which one?
Both.
We got Coom in the house. What's up, Coom? Good to see you guys.
Hey,
was
hey!
first.
I saw you comment one time, and then that was it on my stream, Coom. How dare you? I am
Coom, how are
upset.
you? Oh, well, I'm sorry, alright, Kraus?
How dare he? How dare he? I'm just joking. It's fine.
I'm sorry that I only commented once, but same thing with Austin as well.
No, not you, Coom. You didn't even comment, Android.
Yeah, I did.
I
shared my
commented
screen.
at
I didn't see it.
least.
Yeah, I did. I said, hey, what's up?
I commented at least, so you know.
Yeah, I saw.
No.
I saw Austin comment.
Okay,
Now-
maybe I didn't, but I was watching it.
Second Chance
Yeah.
or Trapped?
Yeah, I bet.
Second chance. Definitely second chance, alright?
All right, one vote for Second Chance. Is that good with everybody?
Yeah, second chance.
All right.
Yeah, boy.
Second Chance is going to be the one we're going to read.
Let's do it.
All right. It is called, this is the one that Sienna sent us. Or at least one of the two that Sienna sent us for tonight. So it is called
Come on now.
Second Chance from Coffee Cats Me. That's a great name. I like it. One moment can change
The best name ever.
everything. When Monel lost Kara, his fiance, in an alien invasion 1 year ago, he thought he'd never see her again. Since then, he's been trying to build himself a life and pick up whatever pieces of him was left after losing her, and he's been failing miserably. Just when he thinks he can't go on anymore and loses all hope, he's thrust into a world completely different than his. A world in which everything he used to know is changed, which includes Kara Danvers never dying on that fateful night. Monel soon finds out it won't be as easy as he hoped it would be to reverse the changes, especially when with each passing day, he gets more sucked up into his new life, because in the end, reversing everything means losing Kara all over again. He's not sure he's strong enough to go through that a second time. Well, damn, this sounds sad.
Damn.
Chapter 1, the prologue. His life started just as it ended, in an instant, a moment, a second, before it could realize or process what was happening. His world was being destroyed, his friends getting crushed under the corpse of a fallen planet, his city crumbling down as meteorites crashed through buildings like they were made of paper, his planet getting stripped off of his hands with every second that passed. Agony, fear, desperation, helplessness. He'd felt it all as he watched his life getting torn down from the safety of his pod. His life restarted when he landed on the planet its inhabitants called Earth. He'd opened his eyes to a blinding, luminous light and two comets watching him from above. They breathed life into him, and then he met their owner, who has been so many things to him throughout the years. His enemy, his unlikely partner, his friend, his lover, his fiancée. She helped him rebuild a life he thought he'd lost forever. It only lasted for so long. At the end, just as he'd lost a life in the blink of an eye all those years ago, he'd lost his life now in the blink of an eye. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. She wasn't strong enough. or fast enough. He wasn't there to help, and after all that time, just as he thought he's found a life worth living, he watched his love fall from the sky like a shooting star to her death. He couldn't save her. His life ended just as it started, in an instant, a moment, a second. But this time, there was no going back. Holy shit, that was dark as hell.
Damn.
Jeez. Like imagine that was like the Star Wars opening credits. Shit, that'd be freaking insane. And yes, it is indeed fanfic reading. Well, we're just gonna have some fun here. Well, maybe not. Chapter 2, Failure. 20th of March, 2022. 14:26. Mono popped open the bottle of club soda in his hand as he sat down on the couch, pulling his laptop on his lap. He'd been putting off checking his emails since he woke up, not wanting to bother with what his editors sent. Yet he could imagine what must have been written in them. His guess was right. He had 5 emails, the last one being sent about 5 minutes ago. Sighing, he went through them one by one. Mike, I'm sure you know about the new TV show Phoenix. I know you said you didn't want to review its synopsis and trailer a couple of weeks ago, but I thought you might have had a change of heart. The first episode aired yesterday. I think you can do a good job with its review. I need it up tomorrow, so I need you to send it to me no later than tonight. Please let me know you got this as soon as possible. Savannah Barrett, editor at Gem. Mike, please answer my last email. It's imperative you get this review done today. Savannah Barrett, editor at Gem. Mike, it's been 2 hours. You're getting me worried. If you don't get back to me in an hour, I'll be giving the review to someone else. But I think you're our best critic to evaluate Phoenix. It's the genre you usually work on. Please get yourself out of whatever hell you're in and write the review. Savannah Barrett, editor at Gem. Mike, what has gotten into you? You used to answer my emails immediately. You also aren't returning my calls. Please contact me as soon as you can. Mike, ... Damn you. Call me. Monel sighed as he reached for his phone, pressing his lips together. He really didn't like to get Savannah to the level where she had to curse. She really didn't become a nice person when she was angry. It sometimes reminded him of Kara, the way her forehead crinkled, her brows furrowed, and how she crossed her arms and stared at him with her intense eyes. The difference was, though, Savannah had green eyes instead of Kara's comet-like blue ones that pierced Monel. He pressed on the woman's name on his phone and brought the device to his ear, taking a sip from his club soda for her encouragement. Savannah answered on the first ring. Mike, finally, where the hell have you been? Why weren't you answering my emails? The Daxamite rested his forehead against his hand and shook his head. At home. I slept in. I'm sorry. I just woke up. He knew it wasn't a good lie, but he really didn't have anything else. He couldn't really say he didn't feel like getting out of bed, right? He couldn't say he lied there, staring at the ceiling for 2 hours. He couldn't say staying there felt like time had stopped, and even though it was far from the truth, he needed so badly for time to stop, as if it would help with anything, as if it would stop tomorrow from coming. It's 2 p.m. You never sleep past 10 a.m. I know, Monel said and straightened up, running his fingers over his face. He tried to shake off his sleepiness. I'm sorry, but... He looked at his computer again, reading the name of the TV show. His heart clenched as he closed his eyes and shook his head, trying to keep out the dark memories. Savannah, I told you I didn't want anything to do with Phoenix. His voice was laced with desperation. He could feel Savannah's confusion, even on the phone. Yeah, but I thought you were just having a bad day. It wasn't, he said bitterly, before Savannah could even finish her sentence. The woman didn't say anything for a couple of seconds, assumingly surprised by Monel's outburst. The Daxamite suddenly felt bad about his words. It wasn't as if he was angry at Savannah. I really don't think I'm the right person for it. I think you are, Savannah argued. Why don't you want to write it How could he say his reasons to Savannah? How could he make her understand? She didn't even know who he truly was. He couldn't just up and tell him that the TV show written in honor of Supergirl brought too many memories of his fiancée. Technically, he shouldn't even know Supergirl. Look, Mike, I've watched the show myself, and it's really good. It's the perfect fit for you. Just give it a try, okay? And if you really can't write it, then I'll find someone else. The woman's anger had dissipated with those words, only hope and excitement filling her voice. Monel leaned forward and pressed his hand over his eyes, trying to keep his breath steady. It took him a couple of seconds to decide, and another couple of seconds to give her the answer. Fine, I'll try, but I don't promise anything. Great, let me know what you decide. She stopped for a second. I gotta go now. You can let me... Wait, Savannah. Monel stopped her, lifting his head. I need to ask you something. Okay, Savannah said warily. That sounds serious. Shoot. Is it okay? Will it be okay for you if I take the day off tomorrow? I mean, I've been working hard for the last couple of weeks. There was a moment of silence as Savannah processed what he was saying. Monel could feel her confusion. Why? Is there something special tomorrow? Monel's throat tightened as he absent-mindedly stared at his laptop screen. It's my fiance's death anniversary. His voice was hoarse as he blinked away his tears, pulling his thought together to keep himself from falling apart. Awkward silence filled the room. Oh, was all Savannah could say at first. I didn't know you had a fiance. I had. Monel took a deep breath and ran his fingers through his hair. So, would it be okay for you? He tried asking nonchalantly. Still, agony was evident in his voice, as he couldn't keep out the shakiness. Yeah, of course. Take as much time as you can. She stopped for a second. I'll see you later then. Yeah. Bye, Savannah. With that, he ended the call, staring at the screen in front of him blankly, the name Phoenix shining in red. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry, I'm sending out a
Been
link.
longer than a second.
Well, I'm sorry.
You
I should have said 10
better
seconds.
be.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to
Yeah,
read a deep
shut up. You
story.
liar. You liar. I don't want to hear it. I feel betrayed.
I'm trying to read a deep, sad story here. So I'm sorry.
Apology accepted, I guess.
Yeah, we let's all tear up a little bit, because this is a really sad story. She stopped for a second.
I'm sorry, man.
I'll see you later then. Yeah, bye, Savannah. Me too, man. Me too. Yeah, bye, Savannah. With that, he ended the call, staring at the screen in front of him blankly, the name Phoenix shining in red. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to watch a show that would only open a scar that was too fresh and sensitive. The date of the day was already enough to depress him. He didn't want to add on to that with something else to remind him of Kara. It hurt enough already, it would never stop hurting. He used to like doing his job, everything about it, watching scenes from the shows or movies over and over again, trying to catch micro expressions and small gestures to guess characters' feelings, predicting where the show might take them depending on what they put them through in a particular episode, and more often than not, seeing his predictions actually come to life. He sometimes even had discussed it with Kara, debating over different storylines, making bets, keeping score as to who predicted more things correctly. He'd been winning about 150 to 80 when someone just popped in. There we go. Oh, what's up, Nick? Good to see you, sir. How are you? Hey, no problems, man. Thanks for coming. Yeah, what's up, man? Great to see you. What's up, Sean?
Not much.
Man, this story's fucking dude, this story's really good.
Deep.
Really, really good. He took another huge gulp from the club soda to slip away from his thoughts, putting his feelings aside, and watched the damn show. He hadn't heard anything about it. He basically avoided any kind of, anything that contained the word Phoenix. Yet that didn't keep him from hearing how the show had been a total hit. America loved Supergirl. Could I have expected anything different? According to stuff he saw online the previous night, despite his attempts to ignore them, he'd heard that the protagonist, played by someone named Melissa Benoist, he recognized the woman from the musical TV show he used to watch until it also became too painful, resembled Supergirl, not necessarily in appearance, but in character and behavior. He almost had wanted to laugh at that comment. How could whoever wrote the comment know what Supergirl was really like? They didn't know her other than the Supergirl mask. But Kara wasn't just Supergirl. She didn't used to be just Supergirl. She'd been this amazing reporter who always fought to protect innocence, who stuck with her values no matter what others said, who never let anyone make her believe she deserved anything less than what she wanted, who was so strong and independent and confident that she had an aura that made you want to stay close to her. She'd also liked club soda and kept a stock of it at her and Monel's home, that she'd loved eating no matter what time of day it was, and in parentheses, and bragged about how she didn't get fat, and her favorite color had been blue, and anything with sugar and chocolate had been her weakness, and she'd gotten so caught up in books and characters that she'd experienced their emotions as her own, and the couch in her home was so special to them that it was the only thing she hadn't changed when they renovated the house, and he could literally go on and on for the rest of his life, and still it wouldn't be able to describe who Kara truly was. And these people, they really thought they could know who Supergirl was just based on a few news footages and interviews. Not that it really mattered. The show was out. People liked it. It brought money, and that was all people cared about. He really didn't want to watch it. Shit. He had to suck it up, though, because it was his job. He'd done it many times. All he needed to do was watch the show, think like his old self, and produce something his old self would write. It almost become routine for him now, something you did without necessarily thinking about it. He didn't think about what he wrote anymore. He just put himself into a specific mindset and distanced his real self from the whole deal. Granted, some would argue it made his writing detached and emotionless, but he wasn't in a position to care. People read his reviews. They liked them. He got to keep his job. That was enough for him. Sighing, he put his phone away and adjusted the speed of the show to 3.0. He wanted to get over this as soon as possible. Besides, his super speed made up for the fastness of the show, one of the perks of being an alien. Kara hated me for it when I watched TV shows faster, though. He couldn't help thinking. She said it ruined the whole point, shaking his head. He quickly pushed that thought away. It was about 10th time he thought about Kara today, and it wasn't even 2 p.m. yet. It wasn't healthy. Man, this story, holy shit. I mean, I know I've been saying it, but my god, this story's fucking great. A ping coming from the oven alerted him that his caramel popcorn was ready. Finally, he sighed as he stood up, grabbed the popcorn from oven. Let's see here. Grabbed popcorn from oven and poured it into a bowl. All of his actions seemed like he was performing them in slow motion, as we didn't want to go back to the couch. The poster of the TV show was open on the screen, haunting him. There was a girl on the poster, around 17 years old. She had red hair that cascaded down her back and shoulders in waves, as well as bangs that covered the top half of his face. Still, his blue eyes shone through the veil of red as if they were illuminated. Her chin was ducked, yet her lips curled into a small smile were visible. She had a black scarf lazily tossed around her neck, and a black leather jacket whose right side was adorned with the design of a flame that almost looked like it engulfed right side of her body. Underneath the jacket, she wore a blood-red t-shirt, visible behind her hands that opened in front of her, palms facing up. Inside her palms, 4 streaks of light swirled around each other, each one representing one of the 4 elements. Apparently, the girl had the power to control elements. You know what? Sour, would you like to read some of this?
Sure. Where are we at?
I believe we are right here.
All right. Let me get my reading voice on. Monel clenched his teeth as he tore his eyes from the poster and instead focused on his popcorn. He didn't know how or why, but something in the girl reminded him of Kara. It wasn't about appearance. The only feature they shared was the woman's blue eyes. He had barely seen Kara in a leather jacket, let alone one with a dark color. She always dressed in lighter tones, her clothes reflecting the joyousness of her personality. But it must have been the way the girl looked at the screen with determination in her eyes, with confidence in her smile, with kindness on her face, and selflessness in her posture that made him think of Kara. Maybe the comments made about the show was right. Maybe they really had done a good job reflecting at least the Supergirl part of Kara Zor-El. He took a deep breath as he closed his eyes and tried to relieve the crushing weight on his chest. A part of him felt guilty for avoiding the show. It was done to honor Supergirl, the woman that he loved, and all he'd done was what? Ignore it? Not wanting to bother with it because it was too painful? How was that fair for Kara? She deserved being remembered in the best way possible. And Supergirl was a part of her. A part that Kara loved dearly. A part she'd never give up no matter what. It was one of the things Mon-El loved about her. And yet here he was, terrified of watching a TV show he would have supported from day one because he was terrified of the memories it would bring. It was cowardly. He was running away yet again from his problems, something he once promised Kara he'd never do. It was unfair to her memory. He should have been honored that Savannah decided to give the review to him. All in all, even though she had no idea, who can know Supergirl better than him? Opening his eyes, he stared at his computer screen for a couple of moments before shaking his head. His eyes flickered to the wall in front of him, decorated with photos. Photos of Alex and Wynn and James and Joan, and even one or two of Kara's Earth One friends, and Kara. Kara with him, on their dates, in DEO, at home, laughing, smiling, dancing, singing, running, and even flying. His hand went to his Legion ring, the one that gave him the ability to fly, and remembered the day all those years ago. Kara slid it on into his finger, and he joked about how he thought men were supposed to be the ones proposing. Kara had just laughed, shaking it off as a joke, probably not thinking one day it would become real as this time he proposed to her and she said yes. He sometimes teased her about it, and each time she got annoyed and flustered and hit her with her elbow. Yet always a smile played in her eyes. He reached for his neck, taking out the chain. Another ring dangled from the end of it. This one a diamond ring. Kara's engagement ring. After she was gone, he couldn't just get rid of it or put it away. It pained him too much to look at it, but it pained him even more to think he could put something like that aside, as if it meant nothing. It didn't mean nothing. It was everything to him. So he made a chain around the ring and wore it around his neck, carrying the symbol of his and Kara's love close to his heart. Some days he didn't notice the weight of it around his neck, but he always noticed the heaviness of emotions in his heart. He took a deep breath as he shook of those thoughts, and reached for his notebook and pen again. He pressed the start button on his computer, before he lost his courage, broke down, and spent the whole day curled under a blanket, staring off at nothing. God damn.
Dude, this shit is
Tear up,
fucking...
man.
Dude, it's dark. I'm actually really liking it.
Yeah, same.
Oh shit, we got Deshaun in the house. What's up, Deshaun? And Guy Scar. What's up,
Hey,
Guy
Deshaun.
Scar? Good to see ya. What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Great to see all of y'all in the chat. But dude, this story is
Austin,
fucking.
you can continue to back up.
All right,
I think,
but no.
I think me reading made it even more sad. Or at least me.
But damn, this is really good. I'm liking this.
Yeah, it is.
15:02.
Super good.
Mon-El's pen broke into two pieces in his hand as his grip on it suddenly tightened. The pieces first dropped on his notebook and then down to the floor, leaving blue ink stains all over the place, including his hands and black sweatpants. Yet he didn't notice. His eyes were locked on the screen in front of him, the image that was moving in slow motion to his eyes as he tried to process it numbly. He wasn't even thinking as his clean hand shot forward and stopped the TV show, freezing the scene forever. It was her, Supergirl, Kara, staring at him from the screen with those deep blue eyes of hers and a vague smile on her face, giving her a strong and proud look. Her cape was switching behind her as she looked directly to the camera. Monel had no idea how or when someone took a close-up shot of her, but here it was, and he couldn't look away, not from her eyes, not from her hair, her cape, or the writing in the middle of the screen. In honor of Supergirl, National City's hero, September 26th, 2015 to March 21st, 2021. Gone, but never forgotten. Wow, Jesus.
God damn.
Damn. Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for coming in, man. It's awesome. But wow, this story's fucking sad, man. But it's really good.
Yeah, it is. Holy fuck.
Damn, we should have
That
just
was
read
good.
this. We should have read this today. I mean, the Dark Side one was all right, but compared to this, oh
No,
wow.
the Darker Side one was so much better.
What do you mean it was so much better?
It was so much
Nah.
better. All right, because come on, you heard
Nah.
Iris as Papa.
Even
Power.
I wasn't there, and I knew that, and I know that this one has to be better than the Dark Side.
Come on, Iris was Palpatine all along.
Yes, Iris was Palpatine, but come on, have you been listening to the story?
Yes, I have actually. Well, actually,
Then what's been going on?
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
You was
Kinda
You're a
talking
liar.
to someone right now.
liar.
His eyes slowly filled with tears without him even noticing until the words and Kara's image blurred into a swirl of red, blue, and white. He still didn't turn his eyes away. He continued staring at it until the weight crushing his chest became too heavy, until his lungs felt too small to get sufficient air, until pain was too much to bear. He didn't even think as he shut the lid of laptop, but barely managing to contain his strength as to not turn the device into a useless mess of metal and wires. He clenches his teeth and took his face in his hands, willing himself to calm down. Steady breaths, he thought. Steady breaths, and everything will be fine. Everything has to be fine. It didn't work. Why did he think watching the show in the first place was a good idea? It wasn't. There were too many memories associated with it that he couldn't escape. Not that it was a bad episode. It was pretty good, actually. And that was exactly the problem. The show really had done a good job representing what Supergirl stood for, protecting innocence at the risk of anything. The protagonist, Mel Fisher, had these amazing powers ever since she was born, yet she was too afraid to use them, since in her childhood all they ever brought her was rejection and hate. It wasn't exactly how Kara's story went, but there were elements of it. Kara was afraid to tell people she was an alien as well, since it could get her hate and imprisonment. Another difference was that, as far as Monel guessed, something that happened to Mel in the past caused her to go off the rails and use her powers for bad, and she was now terrified of going back to that place. Yet still, eventually she'd step up to stop a fire, and the episode ended with her putting on the leather jacket and a red wig over her light brown curls. She resembled Kara even more with her hair's natural color to basically create a superhero identity, which Monel predicted would eventually be named Phoenix. It was a solid episode that set up the scene for a whole lot of possibilities, and one could easily write a detailed review about it, as there were lots of stuff to talk about. But it was still such a bad idea to even try this. He was caught too off guard. Some scenes in the episode already had made him grimace, and he had to stop it for a couple of seconds to compose himself. But seeing Kara at the end, it was the thing that did it for him. He couldn't do it. He couldn't write anything about the show without tearing up, let alone actually analyzing Mel's character and probably comparing her with Sue, as her editor would like him to do. Cowardice, avoidance, running away, whatever you called it, it didn't matter. He wasn't strong enough to do it. Even the thought of writing that review made his breath catch. It hurt too much. Oh, man. Reaching for his phone with shaky fingers, he quickly turned it on to call Savannah, yet he stopped short when he saw his phone background. His heart plummeted in his chest when he once again found himself face to face with their blue eyes. Guilt churned in his stomach as he stared at her until the phone closed. It was a photo that Mon-El took when he and Kara went to vacation in Hawaii. There weren't any seas to swim in on neither Daxam nor Krypton. So when Mon-El said he saw it on multiple movies, basically almost all romance movies, where people went to sea to swim and end up splashing water to each other, Kara surprised him with tickets to Hawaii. They spent a week there, while the rest of Team Supergirl here made up for their absence. They couldn't thank John enough for dressing up as Supergirl and going out while they relaxed for a week at least. Kara was smiling in the photo. Her hair was loose and cascading down her back like a waterfall. Black sunglasses were adorning her eyes. Even though she wasn't really bothered by the sun, and she was laughing at Mon-El's attempts to use a digital camera, he'd had to fumble with it, but at the end, he managed to take an absolutely natural and beautiful photo of Kara in her black bikini and white beach kimono, as she called it. She was the embodiment of perfection. And she was gone. Just like that, the woman who brightened the world was taken away from it, leaving the days duller and nights darker. Jesus, okay. Well, damn, this shit is that shit's even making me sad. Like, it's making me tear up. Good God. Like, I don't even know how to fucking... I don't even think I can even, like... I mean, we're not going to be able to finish this, but my God, this... If you guys are open to reading fan fiction, read this. This is good. Don't read any of the stuff I find. Read this. Sienna knows her shit. This is great. This is amazing.
No, this is garbage.
What do you mean it's garbage?
It's garbage.
Why? If you're not going to give reasons for why it's garbage, then forever hold your peace.
Red Robin. Yum.
No, that just ruined the entire tone of this fanfiction.
We're shitposting now?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I would like... No.
No, that's the next stream.
Because, 7 more minutes before the last episode of Splash Talk for a couple weeks. Oh, God. But,
That's what she said.
Okay, sure.
Which one of you is the one that has the clip of the Star Wars guy dancing? Because we could use that right now.
Yeah, please get my shit striked. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Fuck, even my voice hurts. Damn.
No!
Nope. I'm just ending it right there. Guys, I want to finish this up here. Like, this fanfic... Can I please finish this fanfiction, please?
No!
Well, I'm giving you one last warning, though. If you continue to do it, then, well, we're going to have some issues here.
What? What the fuck?
And may you please stop using my clips, please, because...
No!
Okay, well, see, I warned you.
Damn it!
Okay, hold on. Judges in session. What is the problem here?
You put my stuff in Jell-O again. Red Robin.
Yum. Can you please stop? I want to finish this, or at least finish whatever I can in the next 6 minutes. I can't do it, he whispered at his phone, even though Kara was gone. Cursing under his breath, he ran his fingers through his hair. I'm sorry, Kara. You believed in me. You believed that I can be strong and brave without you, but I can't. Not when you're gone. He shook his head and swallowed back his tears. I can't even write a damn article without feeling like someone is ripping out my heart. This can't be living, and if it is, then I don't want any part of it. He pressed his lips together desperately. Not without you. He bowed his head as tears overwhelmed him, sliding down his cheeks nonstop. Silent sobs shook his chest as he tried to keep his voice down and failed. It was too much. Everything was too much. You were really brave, Monel. Kara's voice filled Monel's mind as it pulled up a memory from years ago, around the time they first met, before they even started dating. You could still be scared while being brave. Maybe there's a hero in you after all. He saw her smile and pat him on the shoulder, and then another memory came up. They were on Slaver's moon, Kara's comments piercing onto him. That's what heroes do. They fight. They don't sit and hide in a bar because it's easier than getting involved. I believe you keep fighting. Whether you're stuck on another world, whether or not you have your powers, you never give in. And then they were back, sitting on the couch. A red blanket covered Kara's legs as she smiled at him. Yesterday, you were a little less goofus and a little more gallant. The blanket turned yellow as Mono watched Kara, and this time Kara stared at him with eyes that were filled with love. I think you were pretty brave. I'm not going to forget the way you sacrificed yourself for me. Ever. She smiled at him, filling his chest with pride and love as he leaned in to kiss her. Let's see here. Now they're on the Daxamite spaceship. His father's body was in view. He could feel his nails digging into his palm as he clenched his fists, keeping his tears at bay. Kara gently touched his shoulder and pulled him close. You're one of the strongest people I know, Monel. You will get through this, she whispered to his ear as she rubbed his back, and you'll never be alone. In the next memory, she was in front of her, smoothing his suit. It was the first time he'd put it on. She looked up, a smile playing in her eyes. You've proven yourself to be a hero multiple times, she told him. It was only fair you looked like one. I believe in you, Monel. You should too. You don't need me in order to be a hero. You're already one inside. You never stopped fighting for me. Thank you. I'm proud of you. All those memories throughout the years, everything Kara ever told him, swirled around in his head. It came to a point after some time that he couldn't distinguish one memory from one another. Yet all of them had a common theme. Kara believed in him. She always believed he was strong enough to face anything, that no matter what, he never gave up, and she was so proud of him for the man he became. He'd once told her that he didn't know what he would be without her, and she answered confidently that he'd still find a way to become the man she saw in front of her. She believed in that man so much that she put all her faith and love in him. She believed he'd never let her down. He hadn't been that man, not since he lost her. That man would never run from a challenge. He never abandoned his work because it was too damn painful to do it. If Kara could see him now, she wouldn't be proud of him. He opened his eyes and wiped his tears away, stopping the stream of memories. Slowly, he set his phone down and stood up to clean the ink off his hand. He'd deal with the floor and couch later. He felt numb, inside and out, almost hollowed out. Yet he still managed to return to the couch after his hand was clean. He grabbed his laptop again, entering the password, and then took his notebook with all the notes about the episode and opened an empty document, and he began writing. There's more to this story, but I'm not going, but because we only have basically a minute left at this point, I am going to leave it there. I know, it's harsh. It is. You guys want, I know you guys want me.
How could you?
Listen, we're only going an hour tonight, so I'm going to use this minute to thank everybody for coming in the chat. I want to thank Dylan, Sean, Oliver, Queen, Arrow, Kavari, Coom, 32 Flavors, and Nick Weiser, the Basco Scenario, Guy Scar, and Deshaun Wiggins. Thank you all for coming in, guys. I appreciate it. Man, this story was fucking awesome. I'm about to link this in, so if you guys want to read more of this, do yourselves a favor, guys, and just keep reading it, because it's fucking amazing. And I'm gonna thank Sienna for even sending this to me, because this was fucking perfect. I'm actually gonna put that in the description right now. So if you guys want to continue reading, I'm gonna put the link of it in the description, and you It's great. Like, just go and read it. I have really nothing else to say other than this was absolutely amazing. This was really good. So good.
Fantastic.
This was absolutely amazing. Shit. Well, it's not letting me save. Nope. Okay. Well, there's an error occurring in my StreamYard. Okay, so I can't send the link out yet, but once the stream is done, I will go ahead and do so.
No.
But with that being said, though, I'm gonna let everybody go around the panel, tell everybody where they can find themselves at one more time. We'll start with Sauerkraut because he didn't do it the first time.
You guys can find me on my YouTube channel, Sauerkraut !. I post live streams, obviously. I just did one like 2-3 hours ago. And that was pretty fun, even though I was by myself. So yeah, go check that out. I am also on Discord at Sauerkraut ! number 4433. And also on Discord at Sauerkraut06. I'm also found on these two people's channels as well. Thank you also for having me on.
No problems, man. I mean, it was great. It was I would say it was a pretty good last episode of Splash Talk for 2 weeks. I should say. As I hope you all had fun. Next, we got Nindroid. Tell everybody where you can find you at.
All right. You guys can personally find me on my own YouTube channel, Nindroid243, where we are going to be having a late night shit show stream in just about, well, now 27 minutes. So make sure you go over to my channel and you watch that because we're just going to be talking about random shit over there while building Darth Vader himself. So, yeah.
Hell.
You know. Also, you can find me on these two beautiful people's channels, of course. And Galactic Chat is always 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Fridays, and yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too in depth with what I got, but instead of Splash Talk next week, I'm actually gonna be doing a special game stream. It's gonna be like game night where we're gonna be playing Kahoot, Jeopardy, whatever games Google Feud. We're gonna play a bunch of cool games like that. Because again, I'm kind of just leaving for 2 weeks. I'm gonna have a good old wrestling on Monday. We will be reviewing WrestleMania Backlash. So please go and check that when we get to that. Tuesday, of course, is Osnator and Friends Talk Pop Culture. Thursday is Tier List Thursday. And you can find me on other channels like The Real View 3000 for the weekly wrap-up. JJ, aka Sipler3827 for randomness at its finest. Chaos Central for the Bad Batch Roundtable. 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser for his Tuesday show. Sorry, my throat's kind of hurting. That's why I'm a little just yeah, based on everybody's channels, Nindroid's channel, Sour's channel, basically everybody's channel. So go check everyone out. And last but not least, Sean, where can they find you at?
My YouTube channel, Sean Bernard.
Very nice. Yeah, and you can find me on Twitter as well at the Osnator17. So if you want to get updated when I stream, go check me out. And also go and check out the Chaos Central Twitter as well, because some fun stuff's happening on Twitter. So yeah, that about does it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Osnator signing out. Peace out, guys.
And life is found